Hi everyone! This video is especially informal. Look, I've got my Ravenclaw sweatshirt on. That counts as halfway dressed for academic work. And so I just wanted to go over the paper requirements and the assignment with you and show you where the rubric is and all that stuff, just like we would do in class. And so let's do it. So let's go over here to assignments. And you got to scroll down past the stuff we did. You don't even see the group project that we cut out anymore, and you get to the persuasive essay. So this week I will take rough drafts of the persuasive essay if you want to give me one. This is no longer accurate. Here, let's edit it. It says you have to give me a rough draft by Monday, which is no longer true. I'll just say this week. Okay. If you want me to edit it, and it is due the following week. Okay, so that's fixed. So let's go back to it and see what it says. Okay, so the persuasive essay, which is the research essay. So it's the essay you're going to write based on the research you did as a group. It needs a strong thesis, which is what you've come to believe about your topic. But it doesn't mean you have to be black and white, except for that group that picked vaccines. It's really hard to find. That might actually be a question where it's a yes or no question. I can't think of another topic, though, that's entirely yes or no. Most people believe something in between. So let's see. So you can admit that there are in-between positions, and taking an in-between position is fine. For example, I received some great papers last term with the thesis, "There's not yet enough evidence to determine whether consuming violent media affects behavior." That's a totally valid point of view. If that's the conclusion you've come from, that there's not enough evidence to ascertain which thing is better that you are researching, then that's your thesis. Your thesis should reflect what you actually believe now that you've looked into both sides. Use at least 6 of the sources your group has collected. If for some reason your group hasn't shared sources, I have them all turned in. Every group turned in a complete bibliography, so let me know. Follow the advice under handouts in terms of and how to organize an essay if you need more help than these videos are giving you. There's a bunch of handouts there. Use your most formal writing. If you know you have a really hard time organizing essays, I have something under handouts called the essay template, which basically gives you prompts and lets you fill in and then erase the prompts to make sure you write in organized essays. Try to avoid logical fallacies. We want logical thinking, wishful thinking. Appeals to emotion really only belong in the introduction and the conclusion if you need them at all. I want you to fill those body paragraphs with good, solid evidence. Okay. So first I will show you the rubric, and then I will show you that essay template for those who feel like they need extra help. Oh, so I was going to edit, but actually you just click in and it shows you the due date. The due date's a little bit behind too. Actually, it's due Wednesday of next week. We can fix that. Nope, I can't. I'll fix that after the video. And here's the rubric. You just click on it to view the rubric. Okay. So a quarter of the points goes to content, which is, do you have a strong thesis? Do the main points logically prove the thesis? And that part includes length, so is it at least 1,000 words? 1,000 words is about 4 pages, okay? So you're writing something that is at least 4 pages, but really I just go by the word count because then I don't have to decide it has to be this font and spaced this way and blah, 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 okay? Okay, the next 20 points go to use of evidence. All right, this includes having in-text citations, correctly introducing your quotations, but most of all, giving this context evidence analysis every time to get the full 20 points, okay? You always say where the information came from, and you always say I mean, most of the time you have to say where the information came from, okay? And you always say how it helps to prove the point you're proving in that paragraph. So the analysis really is all the time. All right, you get 20 points for writing. This is about 20 points is beautiful. 17 points is correct, okay, with some mechanical errors allowed, okay? You get 10 points for handling opposing arguments because that is one of the things you are really supposed to learn in CT class. So you got to refute or concede points from the opposing point of view, not pretend that there is no opposing point of view, okay? That's what we want to avoid. And then the final 25 points are in organization. There's all the pieces of the introduction, like I outlined in the introduction video. Okay, an intro that might include a hook and background information, a thesis, and a summary of main points. Focus body paragraphs mean they have a topic sentence that says what you're going to prove, and then all your evidence and analysis, and then a closing sentence, or if you're especially good, a transition. Okay, but even if all you do is wrap up with a closing sentence that kind of repeats what you've proved, that's good enough for this class. We have people in here at all levels, so. And then a conclusion. So this week you have videos on conclusion. The conclusion should restate your thesis and explore something new that answers the question, so what? Why does it matter? Okay? So these are the things I look for. When I grade your essay, I will be checking these off on the rubric, and that is where my comments will be. So you're going to have to, when you get it back, when you see a grade on Blackboard, you have to click into the rubric in order to see my comments. Now, in case you need extra help, of course there is the AAC, which you can email at aac@massbay.edu. There's sending a draft to me. There's also some handouts here on introductions, conclusions. Okay, but I made you guys great videos. All right, so the one I really want to show you is the essay template. Now I'm an English teacher, and this is kind of made for an English paper. So these are the things you can have in your introduction. You don't need to have all three of them. The counter argument is when you mention a point you're going to refute right at the beginning, right? Okay. So it says quotation 1 instead of evidence number 1. Okay. So in this paper, because it's not a literary paper and the exact words in which you got the information are usually not that important, I really strongly urge you to paraphrase, which means summarize in your own words almost all the time. Okay. But if you're going to use my essay template, you just have to realize when it says quotation, it means evidence, not necessarily quoted. Okay, and so it kind of reminds you what to do. Okay, your evidence introduced, that's the context part, and analysis. Evidence and analysis, closing sentence. Paragraph 3, topic sentence. Evidence and analysis. Evidence, remember to introduce it, and analysis, closing sentence. Do you get it? The idea is you actually type in here, okay? You type in here your thesis and everything else, and then you erase everything that I've got, the prompts, and you have a perfectly organized paper. So if you need that level of support, just use this document that's in handouts to help you. And for those of you who didn't already stop the video when I got to the essay template, good luck writing your papers, and email me and ask me anything about it. There is even a section on the discussion board called assignment questions, which would be a great place to ask questions about the paper. All right, see you soon.